Hello, peace and blessings. I'm Jovhannah, the spiritual love healer, creator of Healing Single Mothers. Today is International Women's Day, and I really want to talk about what that means to me, and just the importance of womanhood and women and the power that we have. For a long time, I guess you could say grew up thinking like I didn't have power. I did not have a voice, and I felt very unsafe at times. But when I think of the women that have paved the way for me to be where I am and who I am today, it's very beautiful just to see the growth and evolution of women as a whole, really reclaiming our power, standing up for ourselves, not being afraid to speak out, not being afraid to demand a seat at the table or create our own tables. Yes, there's still work to be done on a variety of levels, but I think it's really important to honor where we've come along the journey. And something that I think we do often is we forget about the steps that it took to get to where we are, because we're not there. And I don't know that we will ever be wherever there is that area of perfection, of perfect equilibrium. I think, we have to continue to strive to get there, but not forget about all the steps that we've taken thus far to be where we are. Another thing that I really think about are the little girls behind us, right? I have two girls. I have a teenager and a big kid, I guess, because she's not a toddler anymore. She's 6, so she'll be 6 in a few more weeks. And I'm like, what can I do? How can I make sure that the world is a better place than it was for me, for them? What can I do to better myself, to better others, to, carve out a space of love, of healing and growth for my little corner of the world? And so that's why the work that I do is really important, because of the trauma and the negative experiences that I've had as a woman in this body. And in fact, I've been dealing with some things that happened recently, basically, not having things taken care of because I was a woman, because certain people thought that, oh, well, who is she? She's nobody. So I'm not going to do the things that I'm supposed to do. And it's okay because who's on her side, right? So really advocating for myself, reaching out to other people, other organizations, and saying, no, you will respect me. My voice and my needs, they matter. And the more that we do that for ourselves and our children see us doing that for ourselves, I think it's very important that young girls, young women know that they have a voice, know that they can use it, and feel empowered doing so. And so a lot of the work that I do as far as healing, I did a lot of work with women in the past who may not have been single mothers, but a lot of the women experienced abuse in some form or fashion. A lot of them also experienced or had been in, of course, toxic or unhealthy relationships. There were a lot of self-love issues, and most of them were moms, which, kind of was like, okay, let's focus on the mamas, the single mamas. A lot of them were single mothers, and even some of the clients that I saw were children of single parent homes. And so when I come to this work, it's about really making a change, making an impact on women, because we do have so much power and we do run the world. It's just that sometimes we cannot see it because we are bombarded with messages and programming that we're not enough, that if you don't look like this, then you don't matter, that if you're not married by a certain age, you don't matter, that if you can't have children, you don't matter, that if you have children, you don't matter, that if your hair is not long enough, you don't matter, that if your hair is natural, you don't matter, that if it's short, you don't matter, if it's too long, it does, if your shape is not this, so many messages that make us discount who we are, that we grow up not knowing who we are, that we grow up not loving ourselves, and then we become parents. We have to heal ourselves. We have to nurture ourselves, no matter how old you are. And I think it's very important because when we do that for ourselves as women, we can teach our daughters and our sons to do the very same thing, because children need to grow up feeling whole and complete and happy. And they can do that when their moms are feeling whole and complete and happy and are able to call in the abundance, the success, the wealth, the stability, the love that they desire, that they deserve. And that's what living abundantly ever after is all about. It's creating your picture perfect life. And I like to say abundantly ever after because what that looks like for me is totally different than what that might look like for you. And that's okay. We don't all have to want the same things. We have the freedom to choose, the freedom to create the life that we want, the freedom to be who we are at our core. And earlier today, I shared a few of the women who helped me to be the essence of who I am and really come out of my shell and own my gifts and own my purpose and get clarity around who I am and who I want to be and how I want to show up. And it's so imperative because I would not be here if it were not for Abiola Abrams, if it was not for Christina Mbubiyag or the growth coach Chantel Holly. All of these women helped me heal. They helped me unpack layers of shit. And I'm continuing to grow, to heal, to thrive, and to call in and manifest the things that I want for myself. And as I do that, I'm also sharing my journey with you because I want the same thing for you. I have support. I work with healers. I work with coaches to make sure that I'm being the best woman that I can be, the best mom, the best business woman, all of those things, making sure that I have the support that I need in order to heal, grow, and thrive. Because if I don't, then I'm not going to succeed. I've done it alone before, and I'm grateful that I was able to do it and that I was able to make it through. But that was so exhausting. It was painful, and it's not something that I want to experience. I want to have support because I deserve it, because I'm worth it, and because it's available. Support is available and it's so needed. We definitely are stronger together because we can all, we all have our own gifts and strengths. So when we are able to come together in a collective, we can feed off of each other in a beneficial way because we're all giving something and we're all able to receive something from each other. And that's one of the reasons why I structured Healing Single Mothers to be a community membership, because of that fact that when we come together, we are stronger. And there's a synergy and a beautiful blossoming of relationships, of growth, of support, of accountability, of all of these beautiful things when we're able to connect with each other in a deep and meaningful way. So I just wanted to share this because it's super important to me. Why I even got into healing and coaching is because I knew all of the things that I went through. Like if I didn't take care of them, if I just kind of let them fester, I didn't want to pass off my trauma in my parenting, in my mothering, and I didn't want my girls to go through and experience the same things, because life can be challenging and there are some ugly things out there. And if I can empower them with tools to navigate life differently than I did so that they can avoid some of those pitfalls, then I'm like, yes, I succeeded as a mom. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be able to support others in sidestepping the pitfalls that I made in life and in love, even in parenting, just really to give you a chance to learn from the lessons that I've learned so that you don't have to go through them yourself. So I hope that you take some time to honor yourself as a woman, to celebrate your journey, to celebrate the journey of the women who came before you, and to really reflect on how you want to pave the way for the next generation of women that is coming behind you. Send you an abundance of love, healing, and peace. And hopefully I will see you inside of the community. You can learn more about that at healingsinglemothers.com/community. Until next time.